Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. The gaming industry is constantly changing and evolving, and one of the most important things that this industry can do to grow and become stronger is creating strong policy when it comes to responsible gaming. And that means creating programs to address the needs and concerns of collegiate and professional athletes. It means helping professional sports leagues develop responsible programs when it comes to sports betting and gaming industries. And it also means creating effective tools to help the gaming industry properly serve its customers and operators. One of the best companies out there when it comes to all of these points is Integrity Compliance 360, or IC360. You probably heard us talk on our show about the great things that they're doing in the industry. Well, you're going to hear a lot more about IC360 because we're going to talk to a couple of people who work at IC360. Matt Heap is the managing director of Prohibit, which is an incredible tool for the gaming industry. And we're also going to talk with Dan Trolaro, who is the co-managing director of education and training for IC360. When we come back, part 2 of my interview with Matt Heap, managing director of Prohibit, and Dan Trolaro, who is co-managing director of education and training for IC360. Hey, Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards. I just got my dugout mug delivered and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for House of Cards. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of August 11th, 2025. According to the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board, revenue generated during the combined fiscal year of 2024-25 of gaming reached a record level of over $6.3 billion with a record tax revenue of over $2.7 billion. iGaming in the Keystone State also produced a fiscal year revenue record of over $2.4 billion. Catawba Casino announced a multi-year partnership with the NFL's Carolina Panthers. According to the agreement, Catawba will have scoreboard sponsor signage, in-stadium promotional stands at the ticket entrance, and a fan program activation that promotes the casino's Lucky North Rewards program. The deal will remain in effect until the casino completes its permanent resort, scheduled for sometime in 2027. And finally, the American Gaming Association unveiled its inductees for the 2025 Gaming Hall of Fame. They are David Berman, co-head of Macquarie Capital, America's and global head of consumer gaming and leisure, and Simmons Nicholson, founder and CEO of Simmons Group, and Charles Lombardo with over 50 years of experience in slot operations and innovations. They will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in October at the Global Gaming Expo in Las Vegas. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio.
You're listening to House of Cards. Check out our website at houseofcardsradio.com.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you. You know, I said the people outside of the gaming industry probably don't hear the word Prohibit a lot, but if you're a sports fan, you certainly have seen the effects of the Prohibit in the sports world. What has been some of the high points of Prohibit so far, and what effect has it had in the collegiate and professional sports?
I would say that the fact that we are being told, it's hard to measure something that stops occurring after a point in time because the numbers start to go down. But so, I mean, when something stops existing as in a statistic, we can only have from what the user, the system are telling us the positive impact that it's having. But we are seeing the amount of alerts go down for specific institutions. And the same thing is said for the operators that are using it. They'll have an initial glut and a high activity of alerts when they first integrate and start using it. But as the passage of time goes on, they really do start to flatline. And in some instances, they decline rapidly when they couple that with a good proactive educational compliance program. And, I guess some of the success stories is that although we continue to see things in the news, I do think we have witnessed fewer news stories maybe in the collegiate space than what we were originally seeing, because this has helped them, to Dan's point, actually have a tool to test that, in fact, are you guys not doing this anymore? So I don't know that I can necessarily share a specific incident with you like that. Because again, we're only privy to the information or the stories when one of the sports properties shares that with us. And they obviously have, especially pro sports leagues, huge reputational damage that's at stake should those things continue to happen. But when you see fewer stories and you have some of those one-off conversations with the different universities and they tell you that it's having a positive impact and that they're seeing fewer alerts each month as the passage of time goes on, that to us is success and one of the things that we were hoping to aim for. Yeah. We've also seen that this exact technology, and it was always intended to be broadly dispersed just outside of prohibited sports betting individuals. We're moving into self-exclusion space where people could utilize the same exact technology to go in and self-exclude so that they don't have the ability to go into casinos or online casinos and online sports betting. And it would be a way for them to really help protect themselves and give them a good tool that can utilize this exact same technology. So those are the other areas where we're trying to expand the product to help even more so with responsible gaming initiatives.
It's even important as we think through the life cycle of say, even an integrity breach or an issue. When things hit the news, and things start circulating, one of the areas that the questions always come up is, okay, well, what was that team, that league, that organization doing about combating an issue, addressing gambling? Because it's all over, right? There's gambling on emerging leagues, existing leagues, new sports, old sports. You can find a market, whether legal or illegal, in almost anything these days. Mm-hmm. So in the legal regulated space, which is where we want to operate and where we want to funnel all business, if you're an organization and there's some type of breach or an issue, and someone says, well, what were you doing to address this? And your answer is nothing. That's a big problem, especially in today's climate. But if you sit there and say, listen, we provide education, we have technology that we use, we do this education in person, we do it digitally, we do it virtually, we monitor, we have regular meetings. We're doing, what we can and always looking for new ways to do more. Well, that's a better answer than saying we've done nothing. We've put our head in the sand and we're not thinking about it. This has to be top of mind right now for leagues, teams, conferences, clubs, colleges. It has to be top of mind because we're not just talking about the legality or the regulatory impact. We're talking about mental health, well-being, decision-making. For some people who experience harm, it's a public health matter. It's addiction potential. It impacts families. So this touches so many different elements. It touches financial literacy. It touches so many different areas that need to be addressed. So there's lots to think about and talk about. But for those organizations that say they're doing nothing about it, I would challenge them. They should be coming to the table and we should be talking more.
Dan, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, for me, the most amazing thing about the sports betting and gaming industry, that it's constantly changing and evolving and expanding. Certainly in Latin America, especially Brazil, they're really just starting their sports betting industry. I love the fact that IC360 is down there working and helping their industries along. And I'd love to hear both of your opinions on whether you approach a market differently when it's in its infancy. I mean, Dan, do the workshops and presentations differ when the sports industry is just starting off? And Matt, is the technology used in a different way because sports betting is really just starting off and in its infancy? I mean, in 2018, sports bettors were thrown into the deep end of the pool because in the U.S., I don't even think I've heard of this kind of technology in 2018 and 2019 or the educational programs that are out there nowadays. Does the age of a market and does the culture of the market make you approach how to address responsible gambling policy differently? I mean, Matt, why don't you start off and go first on this one?
Yeah, I can say absolutely there are some factors there that they're at an advantage because this technology now exists and they wouldn't have to play catch up. So when they hit the ground running with this embedded already in their the way they conduct day-to-day business, and they're using integrity monitoring from day one, and they're using prohibited better solutions like ours from day one, it's obviously going to put them just at a better starting point than a lot of us here in the States did. And all you have to do is look to the other countries that have had legalized or quasi-legalized sports betting, the issues that they've had to combat after the fact, and how difficult it is to get the toothpaste back into the tube on a lot of these things that are massive problems. When you can start off with the right safeguards in place from day one, you're obviously at a much better place. Now, that being said, the challenge is, as we expand our footprint outside of just North America, is that you are dealing with some of the different operators that don't have the same level of understanding sometimes of the regulatory piece that you have in the States, because either the regulations maybe are a little lax or a little different, or the oversight is not quite the same. So that's something that we obviously try and help them with, providing the level of expertise. I mean, with the individuals that we have on staff at IC360, just in the regulatory advisory place, not including my 30 years of working with government, but we have the former director of New Jersey Division of Gaming as part of our advisory staff, another individual from New Jersey Division of Gaming that was there for 30 years. I mean, we have probably over 100 years worth of regulatory experience in sports betting and gaming in the legalized market. So that's one of the things that we're able to bring to them from the get-go, especially in areas where maybe we're working with regulatory bodies or governments that are trying to adopt a framework of what works, what should we do, where are the pitfalls, what should we stay away from. And when you don't know what you don't know, that's where you can really step into problems. And so we're seeing that our advisory services are really having a huge impact on that as well, so that it helps just to design an entire responsible framework that's laden with integrity and has, like we keep saying, safeguards in the right places so that you're not trying to fix things after the fact.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024, the Audien Atom 2 series offers superior sound quality and functionality for a fraction of the price. For just $189 a pair, the Atom 2 features 4 different hearing modes for all types of hearing loss. It packs crystal clear sound, a nearly invisible design, and is even rechargeable.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. They're so comfortable, I forget I'm wearing them. And the sound is amazing.
The Atom Pro 2 is our smallest hearing aid yet, featuring advanced background noise cancellation, and is the world's first hearing aid with built-in UV cleaning that kills 99% of bacteria.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed. Without seeing a doctor or having a hearing test.
Join over 500,000 happy customers today and get the hearing you deserve.
Call 1-800-457-0924 or go to audionhearing.com to get your pair of Audien hearing aids starting at just $189.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-733-6860. 800-733-6860.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Why, you cheap crook, stealing a baby's bank. It's only a lend-lease. I figured to bet on the 50 to 1 shot and double the baby's money. Why, you imbecile. Why don't you pick 100 to 1 shot and triple it? Oh, okay.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Matt Heap, Managing Director of Prohibet, and Dan Trolaro, who is Co-Managing Director of Education and Training for IC360. Sorry about that. Radio has to do its business, you know. Why don't you continue what you were saying before the break?
Yeah, and by market, by jurisdiction, by sport, it does change. It does differ. I'll think about when PASPA was repealed in 2018. It left the decisions for a lot of things up to states, right? States' rights to decide whether to legalize it in their jurisdiction or tribal land, whatever the jurisdiction is, how to regulate it, how to enforce it, how to collect the tax rate, where the money goes. So lots of things, right? So we have some markets that are immature because maybe they just authorized gaming or sports betting or online wagering in the past year. And maybe some like New Jersey have been around since 2018. They were ready to go from the jump. So a more mature market. But then you have leagues that are now being developed that I never, frankly, would have even imagined wagering on. Whether it's slap fighting, whether it's cornhole, whether it's disc golf. You in college, in North Carolina last year, they allowed for wagering on rowing competitions. I mean, there's so much variety. It's like a buffet that you can now wager on. But each market then is going to have people towing the water to see, okay, let me see what this is about. Let me understand this sport. Maybe you're someone who really enjoyed watching volleyball, and now you can wager on women's court volleyball. That's great. The concern would be if there was an integrity issue, right? So now all of a sudden there's some nefarious activity that's discovered. That hurts the confidence. And when consumer confidence erodes or consumer confidence is crushed in an area, it's going to be very difficult for that sport to come back and have any kind of meaningful representation in the gambling world. So we work with emerging leagues consistently. As a matter of fact, while we're on this, doing this recording today, we just announced another partnership with with Bet Parks today. Yeah. To use integrity monitoring and to use Prohibet. So just another good win to help preserve the ecosystem, because we don't want confidence to erode. We want to help emerging leagues understand what best practices might look like. What are other leagues in your similar situation doing? What's a good practice? How do you follow that? What's consistent with what we're seeing? We've worked with one league in particular that was emerging. And just because how they did things in the past with their athletes, there had to be a big change. And we help guide them through that process, as Matt said, with our consulting services. We help draft the legality of the policy. This is what we feel would be appropriate. This is what you need to think about. And we help work and handhold the club or the organization and the senior leadership team so that we can try to create the safest I guess, best performing outcome, whatever that looks like for them, so that they can have folks wagering on their contests, so that their athletes are safe and protected, and that any other folks touching the sport are clear on what the guidelines are. We don't want to have any ambiguities. We don't want to trip people up. That's never the goal. We want to make sure people know exactly what it is, and that's what we provide education around. Because if we're working with one league, here's a reminder of what your policy is. Be very clear on it. And we ask them some questions. They have to convey understanding. It might look different from another league. So that's how the education component really complements the ProAbet and the integrity monitoring of sport, is to make sure that we're all starting from the same launching pad.
The great thing about IC360 is that you have thought of a lot of things in this industry that, it's incredible the protection you're giving to a lot of people. I love Alert 360, which I think is an incredible tool that helps athletes, coaches, and the athletic staff. And it's just an incredible tool. Matt, talk about Alert 360, because it's one of those great ideas that is sorely needed in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the stories with the athlete threats that we are seeing, unfortunately, probably on such a regular basis now that it may even be losing some impact with people that see it. Oh, there's another story. But that does not diminish the fact that it is absolutely unacceptable and doesn't need to be tolerated. And I think one of the things that we're seeing with Alert 360 is that it's an instant, immediate conduit that somebody can report things that aren't right. And whether it's threats, whether it's something that they've observed that they know is not right or cool or should be going on and is an integrity issue, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's utilizing that technology again for immediate, instant access. And I think one of the things that we've heard too, as we have different folks that obviously represent the different products at the company. But one of the things that I think I've heard as I've been a part of some of these discussions when the product's being demonstrated is, I think a lot of places just almost have gotten to the point where it's such a recurring event that like athletes and places almost feel like we just have to put up with this. And they don't, nor should they. Mm-hmm. And it gives them the mechanism to report something like that, because if that person's doing it to one, they're doing it to several others. And it's something that now they're not able to operate with anonymity behind their phone and say things and make threats. And I'm going to do this to your family, and you're the this and you're that because you made me miss the under, whatever the case may be. It's a super powerful tool. And I really hope that it continues to gain traction, because it absolutely can help to bring those things that I think a lot of the collegiate athletes or professional athletes have just kind of thought, in the era of social media and everything else that is online, you just kind of have to live with that's just part of being a pro athlete. Yeah, maybe some of that's true, but not with the stuff that we're talking about here with the threats and the potential legal activity that maybe is going on that they need to tell somebody about. It's a game-changing tool that, again, just couples with a lot of the other things that we provide to help get the right information in the right people's hands so that, action can be taken.
Yeah, and that's what dovetails nicely with the work around the country. We're starting to see states pay attention to this. We talked about this in December. I put together a panel for the legislators conference, Nickel G's, down in New Orleans in December. And on the panel, we had myself, we had Randy Livingston, the former NBA player, who's now one of the trusted voices for FanDuel, where he shares his story. We had Deshaun Hanukkah, the tight end for University of Kansas, who was jammed up in the Iowa State issue, sharing his talking about his story and what he sees as a college kid. And then we had a guy from NBC Sports, named Eric, and I can't remember the last name off the top of my head. And he's a predictions analyst. He provides his weekly picks on NBC Sports for the college football slate of games. And all three of them were talking about threats and harassment. And Deshaun was really highlighting it. And even Eric was saying, as someone who's a predictions analyst, when his picks don't hit, he gets threats. And they're all getting threats. And it starts to impact the mental health. And, it's kind of like that dripping water and that dripping faucet that we have in the house. Like, it doesn't bother us day to day, but there's going to come a day where you can't get the sound of that drip out of your head. And that's what threats are like. It's hey, I'm going to kill you. When I see you, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to kill your mom. I mean, that's mild. I mean, it gets really graphic and really distasteful and disgusting. So having a tool that anonymously allows people to upload or report that threat that can be further investigated, that's what the legislators in the state start to see. And they say, okay, well, if we find these people, we're going to blacklist them. We're going to block them from any of the gambling websites in our jurisdiction. And we're going to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, whatever the laws are. We're even seeing operators starting to look at this a little closer. I had some great conversations in Columbus, Ohio last week with a few of the operators where they said it would be interesting to think through those individuals who are threatening athletes or coaches. We don't want them on our platform. We don't want them gambling on our platform. So we would like a way to kind of exclude individuals who are acting in that manner. So there's this nice rise of interest and things are getting done about it because you don't have to take it. You don't have to be spit on walking off the field or spit on by a fan who just lost $1,500. These are individuals who are not trying to miss shots or drop passes. I mean, it's sports. And when someone can't handle themselves in an appropriate manner, they can't use the product, right? If we think about it as a product, they don't know how to use the product, so then don't use it. You're misusing the product, so now you're banned from using it. And we're starting to see a lot more interest. And this is a tool that allows people to report it safely, anonymously, and then let the powers that be do the investigation while you still continue to perform on the field or on the court.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards. Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand. Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Whoa! I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show. We definitely got a show. Oh, yeah, there's a show. Hey, it's all about ratings, baby, and we got them.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Matt Heap, Managing Director of Prohibet, and Dan Trolaro, who is Co-Managing Director of Education and Training for IC360. By the way, I want to thank you on a personal note. Being a gaming attorney, I love Playbook AI, which has every gaming statute, regulation, and rule out there in the world. So Basically, basically what I'm saying is I'm very lazy and you're doing all my work for me. So I'm lucky Eric Frank, I know, it's amazing. I'm lucky Eric Frank's your CEO is a lawyer, so he knows exactly what I need in this industry. So thank you guys for that. So what's next for IC360? Do you have anything coming out in the next couple of months that people should be on the lookout for in the near future? Dan, anything new you can share with us on the education side for IC360? And Matt, is there anything new regarding deals for Prohibit that you'd like to share with us?
Well, for education side, we're now quickly ramping up for another years on campus and also working with leagues, operators. We're starting to work with operators more closely, working with states. We've inked a number of deals at the state level where they're now looking to fund our education. They've seen the success that it's having. They see the outreach. So now we have states getting behind it to start funding education for schools within their jurisdiction. We already are sitting at 40 colleges, and it's July. It's end of July. School year hasn't even started. We have 40 schools already either booked with dates or just pending a confirmation of a final date for the next school year. So we're going to be pushing in-person visits probably between 75 to 100 this year, as well as our digital education, which has been tremendously well received. We've developed and brought in-house our digital education platform and working with leagues to provide digital solutions. So again, it's continuing to work and grow education in many different ways, providing modules, providing leave behinds for people, because education isn't just one and done. Education has to be an ongoing initiative around critical times or critical events. So we're constantly thinking of new ways to develop and push out insights and information from an education perspective. But yes, the digital, it's the in-person. And then also working, this was announced last month, I believe it was, we partnered with an operator to pilot a high school education curriculum. And this is a big one, because when we think about product knowledge and we think about gambling, we want to lean into prevention. And if we know that gambling is initiated early on in many cases, for myself, I was gambling at the age of 12 with my father at the racetrack in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. So you're introduced to it at an early age. So we want to help schools, give them the tools that they need to talk to the students. So let the educators do what they do best and educate, but we're going to give them the topics, the tools, and how to talk about these things. And the pilot was very well received in New Jersey, and we're going to be looking to start a phase 2 of that this coming year. So stay tuned on that, but getting into the high schools, there's a big appetite across the country for this.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier about Brazil and everything else, and we're obviously expanding our footprint outside of the U.S. But, as the coming months approach here, just as a tease, can't specifically divulge names, but we'll have some more good announcements coming out that will really help to add some more bandwidth to the pro-bet coverage in the legalized system here. And so, our lofty goal, and it's the one that we'll have forever with the product, is we need and want ubiquitous coverage across the entire industry, whether it's schools, professional leagues, operators. We are making vested efforts in going out and getting these, even some of these different markets that are offering different types of wagering, added onto the Pro-Bet system, because we understand that that's super critical that we have as much coverage as possible, so that these schools and leagues that have some of these vulnerable individuals and don't want to have a bad day to wake up to in the media have as much coverage as possible to shrink those windows of opportunity for bad things to happen. So I guess I would just say there's going to be some more announcements on the horizon. We are really pushing hard during the summer because, as you can imagine, the start of the sports betting calendar really kicks off and is in earnest for football season. Yep. And so everybody is in their constant push, no matter where they're at right now and through August, to try and get things done. And we're involved with lots of different entities right now to get to the finish line on some stuff.
We're running out of time, but can one of you give out a website for IC360 so people can find out more about it? Also, if you have any social media addresses you want to give out so people can keep up with what's happening with IC360?
Yes, it's www.ic360.io. And again, it's not .com, it's .io, www.ic360.io. ic360.io, and that's where they can find information about our monitoring, our ProBet services, advisory services, education, Playbook AI, which we talked about before, Alert 360. They can kind of keep up to date there. That's also where they can contact us through the website directly. Also, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on social media channels. If you type in IC360, we're going to be pretty easy to find.
Matt Heap, Managing Director of ProBet, and Dan Trolaro, Co-Managing Director of Education and Training for IC360. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about IC360 and the incredible work you're doing in the gaming industry. I've said it many times on this show that the work IC360 does for the gaming industry not only is great for the consumer, but it's also great for the operators because it makes this industry stronger. Please come back on and keep us updated about what's happening with IC360 because it's always incredibly important for this business. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks.
Thank you,
brother.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards. Hey, Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards. I just got my Dugout mug delivered, and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of August 11th, 2025. According to the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board, revenue generated during the combined fiscal year of 2024-25 of gaming reached a record level of over $6.3 billion with a record tax revenue of over $2.7 billion. iGaming in the Keystone State also produced a fiscal year revenue record of over $2.4 billion. Catawba Casino announced a multi-year partnership with the NFL's Carolina Panthers. According to the agreement, Catawba will have scoreboard sponsor signage, in-stadium promotional stands at the ticket entrance, and a fan program activation that promotes the casino's Lucky North Rewards program. The deal will remain in effect until the casino completes its permanent resort, scheduled for sometime in 2027. And finally, the American Gaming Association unveiled its inductees for the 2025 Gaming Hall of Fame. They are David Berman, co-head of Macquarie Capital, America's and global head of consumer gaming and leisure, and Simmons Nicholson, founder and CEO of Simmons Group, and Charles Lombardo with over 50 years of experience in slot operations and innovations. They will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in October at the Global Gaming Expo in Las Vegas. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. With its June sports betting report, the state of Nevada passed $49.5 billion in all-time post-PASPA handle, $2.9 billion in all-time post-PASPA revenue, and $195 million in all-time post-PASPA tax revenue. And for the first time in the post-PASPA era, monthly baseball revenue surpassed $20 million in the Silver State. In June, the state of Michigan passed $21.8 billion in all-time handle, $20.5 billion in all-time mobile handle, $1.9 billion in all-time revenue, and $64 million in all-time tax revenue. And finally, the Massachusetts Gaming Commission fined DraftKings $450,000 after the operator took credit card-backed wagers on sporting events despite the rules of the Commonwealth. According to reports, DraftKings accepted over 1,100 unlawful transactions from 218 customers between February of 2023 and February 2024. It's also alleged that DraftKings facilitated more than $83,000 in illegal bets. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. I'm Doug Weishattle here with Dave Weishattle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country, sometimes the continent, sometimes even the world, where we're going to be looking at the latest jackpots in the casino and lottery industries. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. Press releases, game announcements, jackpot announcements, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Going to start off this week with a couple new games.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we have the first of a kind launch of a new game.
First of its kind?
Yes.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
All right. Okay.
We're going to go to Caesars Entertainment.
A lot of Caesars games being brought out.
I've been
Seems
noticing
like every week.
I've been noticing there's been something new from Caesars each and every time,
Which
and
is
it's
great.
And you know, it's not just one company they're working with; it's multiple companies that are just delivering very unique products to the Caesars platforms. And here we have White Hat Studios continuing their partnership with Caesars Entertainment.
Okay.
And what they have done now, White Hat Studios, and I've played a lot of their games.
Yeah, I play a lot of their games too. They're really good.
The Jackpot Royale Express games, particularly, are very fun to play.
Okay,
they're very unique in certain aspects, different symbols, different types of categories. And what they have here with Caesars Entertainment, they have created the Caesars Palace branded Jackpot Royale Express.
Okay, all right.
And the game is going to be fully branded Caesars Palace Experience. That's how they're classifying it. They've got Laurel logos for the trigger symbols for their jackpot. And they're going to be doing it. The game is right in front of a digital representation of Caesars Palace lobby.
That's great. There's a lot of customization going on out there with these games, and I think it's great. You're really getting that gaming floor feeling from Caesars.
Well, each Jackpot Royale Express game has a different logo or a different symbol that triggers some of the jackpot bonus features. Here, when you have 5 jackpot symbols, which are the laurels, the Caesars laurels, it triggers the jackpot wheel, which when you play it, you have a shot at winning up to 1,000 times your bet.
I gotta tell you, I love winning 1,000 times your bet, but I love all the bells and whistles and all the moving parts and stuff like that. I love games like that. It's just you get so excited when stuff starts happening on the screen.
Well, Jackpot Royale Express is very fun to play.
Okay.
It's very fast, and it's really, really colorful, if you want to think about it that way.
Okay.
It's really attention-getting. As soon as you play, you know you're playing a Jackpot Royale Express type game from White Hat Studios. Now, White Hat does a whole bunch of other games for all different platforms, plus all the Caesars platforms.
Sure.
But very cool to see a Caesars Palace-branded Jackpot Royale Express.
See, I like I said, I love games like that. I love them like late in the afternoon when you need like a half-hour break from all the work you're doing. And by all means, if you're working in an office, please don't play it at your workplace. You know, go outside if you need a break and play it on your phone or something like that. But no, when I'm just sitting here and you know I need a little kind of mini vacation from the work in the afternoon, I just play some slots or play some table games or play some poker. It's the greatest thing in the world.
Well, the Caesars branded Jackpot Royale Express is now live on all their platforms: Caesars Palace Online Casino, Caesars Sportsbook and Casino, and Horseshoe Online Casino.
Okay.
Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
Okay. So I'm writing that down, and that'll be my my midday break my mini vacation after if I need a break from doing my work and stuff like that.
Well, if you're writing things down, you might want to write down Turnpike Launch,
Oh,
which is
there
our
you
promo
go.
code.
Look at that. What a segue.
When you go to Caesars Palace Online Casino, use our promo code Turnpike Launch. You get a $10 sign-up bonus. You get a 100% first deposit match up to $1,000 and 2,500 rewards points on your Caesars Rewards account.
So what's the code?
Turnpike Launch.
See, I can't take advantage of that because I was already a member of Caesars,
Yes.
and I'm a member of this show. So but people out there can enjoy it.
Yes. And White Hat plans to release another 12 Jackpot Royale Express games.
God.
The rest of the year into 2026.
Okay. 12 more.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they've already got about a dozen already out there. So.
Wow. All right. Jeez.
The other game we're going to be talking about comes from AGS, the slot maker AGS.
Mm-hmm.
They just had the first of its kind by-state world premiere of their Mariachi Fortunes Trio.
So what you're saying now, is this an online thing?
No, this is a retail.
This is like
by-state retail slot.
Okay, this is on the gaming floor.
Physical slot.
Okay, so which states is it launching in?
Well, what they did was they talked to Club Serrano. They worked this out because this is all Club Serrano, which is Yamava Casino in San Manuel, Southern California.
Okay.
Partnered with Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas.
Okay.
What they had done was, with the Mariachi Fortunes Trio, is there's two different themes to the game. One is called, and I can't speak Mexican, Spanish, Fiesta de los Vivos.
Fiesta de los Vivos.
The Festival of the Living.
Okay. Oh, and is it Festival of the Dead, the other one?
No, they didn't call it that.
Oh, okay.
They called it Fiesta de la Calicas, which is the Festival of the Skeletons.
Okay.
It's a takeoff on the
All right, okay.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, I
type
always
of
see the
thing.
decorations around
Yeah.
Halloween time.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But Yamava had the daytime, and they did it during the daytime.
Okay. All right.
And Palms took the Festival of the Skeletons and did a nighttime premiere.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So
I
what
like
they
that.
did was they had a day-long premiere, same day.
See, that's great.
One
yeah.
in the daytime in California, one in the nighttime in Las Vegas.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Very cool to see something like that happen. Very nice to see something unique.
Kudos to their marketing department that figured that one out. I like
Yes.
that. I like that.
Well, it only worked when you had the club, the loyalty club in two different places.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You know.
they gave Club Serrano members giveaways, all that stuff for both locations. And it's really cool because what they did was they designed both casino floors like a Mexican-style plaza.
Okay, good.
They had themed slot banks of the games, folklorico dancers. I'm assuming that's traditional Mexican dancers. Live mariachi bands.
Nice.
Decorated street carts.
Okay, great.
And larger-than-life visuals. And if you're looking at the TV side of what we're doing here,
do we have some
we've
video?
got some stills provided by
okay.
AGS from
Okay.
the event on both places.
All right.
So it's very cool to see that. Again,
I was going to ask, what did
one's lighter, one's darker in terms of
I was
themes.
going to ask how they did the opening, and I like. It's always fun. You got to go check out anytime a slot like opens up or they release a new slot on the gaming floor. Always go, and because it's always pretty cool things what they do. This sounds really amazing. I mean, that's great. I love the way they did. They have video in each area, or like people in one place can see the daytime and people in the other can see
That's a good question. No, I think it was just one casino had the day, one casino had the night, and they were separate events, but for the same game.
Okay, great.
Different themes,
Good.
same game.
Good.
And you got to hand it to AGS, one of the most creative groups out there.
I think so. I think it's a great idea. It's a great game, and I love the way they opened it up. So, I mentioned Halloween. I guess we should start getting ready for the Halloween releases of games and things like that. I guess
I'll start putting together.
We're sliding to the Halloween season.
I'll start putting together some Halloween. Maybe I'll have this the Festival of the Skeletons theme for that.
That's always one of those big holidays when it comes to slots and games, especially online. They have their Halloween section.
Yeah, maybe we'll finally see the Dracula slot from Aristocrat.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Light and Wonder, not Aristocrat.
Light and Wonder.
So, but anyway, those are the two new games for this week. We'll be right back with the casino jackpots.
Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024, the Audion Atom 2 series offers superior sound quality and functionality for a fraction of the price. For just $189 a pair, the Atom 2 features 4 different hearing modes for all types of hearing loss. It packs crystal clear sound, a nearly invisible design, and is even rechargeable.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. They're so comfortable, I forget I'm wearing them. And the sound is amazing.
The Atom Pro 2 is our smallest hearing aid yet, featuring advanced background noise cancellation, and is the world's first hearing aid with built-in UV cleaning that kills 99% of bacteria.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed without seeing a doctor or having a hearing test.
Join over 500,000 happy customers today and get the hearing you deserve.
Call 1-800-457-0924 or go to audionhearing.com to get your pair of Audion hearing aids starting at just $189.
Welcome back to Beating the House. Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're going to be starting our crisscrossing of the country in New Jersey here.
Okay.
Where we have a DraftKings casino player who turned a $24 bet into, and this is from their statement, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Okay.
Progressive jackpot playing Mercy of the Gods. Mercy of the Gods is from NetEnt. It's the sister game to Divine Fortune.
I was going to say, it had that kind of Divine Fortunes kind of theme to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it's their sister games,
yeah,
if you can call them that. Like I said, progressive jackpot. The player, according to DraftKings, had decided to play a couple spins while waiting for his kids to get dressed for Taekwondo.
Okay.
Very specific description of his what he was doing.
I'm expecting a really big jackpot here.
Well, he put down his $24 bet, gave it a spin, and $1,240,507.57.
Wow. Oh, my God.
One of the largest progressive jackpots in 2025 awarded by DraftKings.
Wow, that's incredible. Did he eventually bring his kids to Taekwondo? Or
according to DraftKings, what he told DraftKings, his player.
Oh, okay. They asked him. Good for them. Okay.
He did not celebrate loudly. He brought his wife over. They celebrated quietly. They didn't want to say anything in front of the kids at that moment.
Okay.
So until they got the money.
Well, I probably
I don't know how an online jackpot like that works with this.
Do
they have to wait until DraftKings confirms it?
I don't know. I would love to find out,
yes.
But I don't know. I don't know if all of a sudden there's 1.2 million in your online account. I don't know how kind of that works. I'm sure there's paperwork and things that need to be filled out. But I guess they didn't want to, if they're going to bring their kids to Taekwondo practice, they probably don't want the kids telling the other kids who will tell the other parents and stuff like that. I guess that's what, that's why they quietly celebrated.
More to the point, they may have didn't want to be mistaken.
Okay, no, absolutely.
That's the other thing.
There's got to be that element of I can't believe what just happened, and did this just happen? And hey, come here, look over my shoulder. You seeing what I'm seeing? Kind of stuff. So okay,
Well, we're going to be leaving New Jersey, and like I said, we crisscross the country. We're going to California.
Okay.
We got a trio of jackpots at Thunder Valley Casino Resort.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, when were these all won? Were like kind of the same week?
Over a couple of days.
Over a couple of days. All right,
yes.
Nice. All right.
We have one lucky winner, $5 bet, Dollar Storm Ninja Moon.
Okay.
That paid out $130,208. Wow.
Nice.
Another guest, same day. Dragon Link Happy and Prosperous.
Okay.
Made the customer very happy and prosperous.
Yep.
We have a $10 bet.
Okay.
And this is a 10-cent denomination machine, so $10 bet.
Well, it's the different lines.
Yeah.
That's you're playing on.
I think this was like a full line thing.
I guess. I don't know.
But anyway, $189,515. And last but not least, we have a third player on a $3 bet on a dollar denomination, double 3x, 4x, 5x diamond slot machine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, it's 3 times 4 times.
I guess so,
it's depending on the number of lines and all that stuff.
Okay.
So $3.
$3.
And then we have a jackpot of $124,176.
Nice. All right.
Now, we have a fourth one.
A fourth one? Oh, my God. Okay.
It's not a slot. It's a bingo.
Wow, okay.
The Bingo Blackout Special Progressive was one capping off the entire couple of days here of jackpots. Didn't say how much the card cost, but they cashed in $124,584 on bingo.
On bingo.
Bingo blackjack.
Hey, bingo's pretty big. I mean, we were talking about bingo a couple of weeks ago, and it just, some of the money people can win at bingo is incredible.
I just misspoke. It's bingo blackout, not bingo blackjack. Bingo blackout special progressive.
Okay.
So that was building.
Okay, there's bingo for the online casinos too, but it's like one of those things you can buy tickets for a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
When I do the bingo thing, I play it, but I don't sit and watch it. It's one of those things where I'm gonna get a couple tickets of bingo and go do something else and come back 5-10 minutes later, see how it went. So,
well, we're going to be leaving California now.
All right.
And we're coming back over to the East Coast. We've got Connecticut.
Okay, that's either Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun.
Well, I can give you the game, and it'll tell you exactly which one we're going to.
Okay.
Huff and Even More Puff.
Oh, yeah, okay. You told me that Mohegan Sun really kind of
the center of the Huff and Puff universe.
By the way, I told you, I've seen a lot of commercials here in New Jersey about Huff and Puff, and I think it was either DraftKings or FanDuel online casino. So they're really... everyone's really pushing the Huff and Puff the Huff and Even More Puff or whatever the hell it is.
There's at least 20 different versions of it now.
20?
So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
I played one version. I don't even know what version I played. So
well, speaking of 20, we have a $20 bet.
Okay.
On Huff and Even More Puff.
Even More Puff.
That's the third iteration.
Well, Huff and Puff, Huff and More Puff,
and Huff and Even More Puff.
Okay.
Then there's Huff and Extreme Puff.
Okay, and Extreme
then there's the Money Mansion one. Then there's the construction one.
For people who don't know, that's the Three Little Pigs themed slot machine. The big bad wolf,
and the wolf appears during when you play the game and all that.
And I'll blow your houses down. It's kind of a construction kind of theme.
Well, that's the new one.
That's the new one.
That's the new one.
All right, maybe that's the one I played.
And also, there's Money Mansion, where they actually building a mansion, and there's a whole bunch of different other variations.
There were construction icons.
That's the new one.
That's
the new one.
Okay, all right.
What we have here, like I said, $20 bet on the Huff and Even More Puff at Casino of the Sky. Mm-hmm. Like we always say, there's multiple casinos into one big casino floor. It's broken down into different areas.
Yeah, the gaming floor is split up into 4 casinos. I never get them. Casino of the Sky, Casino of the Wind, Casino of the Earth, Casino of the Sun.
There you go.
All right, look at that.
And they won on the $20 spin, $131,186.64.
Wow.
So the Huff and Puff center of the universe pays out again.
It's getting a lot. This game is getting a lot of attention. Yes. I mean, like I said, I'm seeing television commercials about it here in New Jersey for the online casino version of it. So,
well, that's it for the casino jackpots this week. We'll be right back with the lottery jackpots. Welcome back to Beating the House. Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're in our lottery jackpot segment, and we just were in Connecticut for our last casino jackpot. We're going to be traveling down 95, heading to the Carolinas for a while.
Okay.
First up, we've got South Carolina.
Oh, you we're actually going to both Carolinas,
yes.
Huh? Okay.
We have the South Carolina Education Lottery.
All right.
That's its formal name.
Yep.
We have a forgetful husband leading to a huge jackpot for the wife.
All right. Okay.
South Carolina woman said that her husband had forgot to pick up her lottery tickets.
Okay.
So she went out and got them herself.
Okay.
She went to the 357 Ready Mart. Mm-hmm. That's the name of the store.
All right.
And she bought 3 Money Madness Extra Play tickets. Now, these are $10 scratchers, so she invested $30. First 2 did not win. Mm-hmm. Third one hit for $500,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And according to the lottery, her
that
quote...
that was a good way to do it. Your first 2 lost, and then your third one wins. Can you imagine if the first one won and you have 2 more left?
I wonder if you won the first one for $500,000, would you remember the other 2?
You'd probably scratch them off quicker.
Probably. But according to the lottery, her quote was, "I felt like Jed Clampett when he discovered his bubbling crude."
Okay, all right. Good. Hey, a classic TV fan.
Exactly. And like I said, we're in the Carolinas. We're going to North Carolina now. We have the North Carolina Lottery.
By the way, did she thank her husband? If her husband actually went and bought the lottery, she probably wouldn't have won. So, things happen for a reason,
Well, she said she was standing in line. She saw 3 bright, shiny, glittery tickets, so she bought those.
Wow.
So obviously she had to be thankful to her husband for forgetting.
No, absolutely. That was planned. It was, it's divine intervention that her husband forgot the tickets.
Well, like I said, we're leaving South Carolina and just going right across the border to North Carolina.
All right.
North Carolina lottery, we have an e-instant win here.
Okay.
They have an online lottery in North Carolina. We have a $2 bet on, $2 draw.
Okay.
They don't call them bets.
All right.
$2 draw on the Wheel of Bonuses e-instant game.
Okay.
Now, that's kind of fun to play. I've seen the demos. I haven't played it because I'm not in North Carolina, but I've seen the demos. It's really cool. It's basically you're collecting slices on a wheel.
Okay.
Like a pie chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what she had done was she put her $2 draw down, and she won $1.16 million on the e-instant.
Wow. Okay.
That's
incredible.
Well, she's not a stranger to the North Carolina lottery offices because she had won previously.
Wow. Okay. What'd she win?
She won $1 million on a $10 jumbo buck scratcher in 2022.
Wow. What a lottery run this woman is having.
Yes. Well,
good for her.
What is it? 3 years? 3 years?
Yeah, but
$2 million.
Over $2 million.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, great.
I'm wondering. I'm trying to remember. I don't think North Carolina had the online lottery in 2022.
I have no earthly idea what goes on in North Carolina, but it's good for this woman. She knows her lottery.
Obviously,
she knows what to do.
Well, she gave the online side a chance, and
it worked.
You got to try it. You always got to
Absolutely.
try these things. But after taxes, she took $836,000 home.
There you go. Good for her.
Congratulations.
Yep, absolutely.
And congratulations to all the winners we talked about this week. We only do $100,000 on this show. So there are a lot more winners out there, lottery, casino-wise, bingo, Keno, all those. So congratulations to everybody out there that's won a jackpot over the last week. As always, press releases, game announcements, jackpot announcements, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. I'll be back next week with another collection of jackpots.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.
Drag a spotted chain across the desert plain. You build a house of